Hello and welcome to my first actual YouTube video. I haven't done this before, but please enjoy. So after watching a video from a creator named Orb, I knew I had to do this concept, and so I took it upon myself to try. After a quick Google search, I found the Artist Smartest Discord server and the perfect targets. After I joined the server, I was ready to cause some chaos. Wait till I got verified. Not long after I got verified and I was ready to deceive. I entered the art chat and planted my message. Hello, I'm Sharky Boy, and I'm a beginner artist. I was wondering if anyone had any OCs they'd like me to draw. As a side note, when I'm trying to embody my earlier works, I'm not trying to bash any beginner artists, I'm just drawing from my previous experience, and if any beginner artists are seeing this, you're doing great and keep up the good work. For this tomfoolery though, I thought drawing my persona as my younger beginner self would be the best way to provide some examples of my art to the server.
Please ignore the number of Sans OCs, this is 2017.
This is the current persona I'll be using, and when I was younger, I would often use the soft edge brush to do all my shading and lighting, and the soft round pressure, opacity, and flow brush, what a name, for my highly detailed hair. I'd also use these weird triangle things in the hair, don't know why, but I thought it looked cool, and always gave people this Steven Universe smile. I also tended to draw long necks and tons of flyaway hairs in every direction.
I would also forget to draw the flyaway hairs on my later pieces, oops.
I then finished my persona piece.
Nice.
And surprisingly soon after, my first victim, Skillet, offered up some beautiful OCs to choose from. I gave them a good few lookovers and chose this awesome OC of his called Tony. With a good scroll on Pinterest, I found some good inspo for Tony. Since he was holding a lollipop in his hand, it gave me a good idea for the sketch. And while drawing Tony, I loved the overall aesthetic of him. The painted nails, the red hair were all a treat. While drawing these up too, I also tried to spend a little amount of time on each piece, but
they did still end up taking about 40 to 50 minutes, even without line art.
Yikes. And here's a drawing of when I tried to embody my younger self. I tried to implement the transparent backgrounds I would do, so that's why the little guys have that dark gray behind them. While doing this in the background, on a more detailed piece, I added the color purple to the shading and overall tone to kind of cool down the colors slightly. I hope that makes sense, and I don't know, I like cool colors. And here's the comparison of both of those pieces, and now I'm sending the first piece to Skillet to see his reaction. Even messing with Skillet, they were still amazing. They even really enjoyed the artworks afterwards, so I couldn't be happier. For my next victim, I saw this lovely OC in the art chat and took him in.
After getting permission, of course.
From the overall vibe of this OC, I felt he was a fighting / kinda tough guy, so I tried to find a pose that I believed best fit him, and eventually landed on this idea for the sketch. Ignore me struggling to draw the hand and accidentally cutting the sketch of the little guy version, but here's the coloring. At the time of recording, I assumed that this guy was a sort of crow, but later on, you'll see what he actually is. But for now, let's forget about that. For every piece as well, I added these triangles in the background, just to give it some flavor. Here's a side-by-side again, and after sending the beginner piece, I headed off to bed and picked up on a new OC the next day. My third and final victim was this cute angel named Rin. I'm not as skilled with anthros as I am with humans, but I gave it my best go. The sketching section took a little longer, so after I found something I liked, I added all of Rin's details, I cleaned up the sketch, and moved on to making a little guy version. Thankfully, at this point, I got a reply from Kate and was able to send the detailed art piece. They were really sweet about it. After that, I went back to doing all the coloring for Rin. I also had these lace brushes I downloaded from a while ago, so I used those for a bit of texture on Rin's original design. Here are both of those side by side, and after I sent the fraud Rin to second. To my surprise, when I went to check Discord, they had changed their profile picture to the art I had made of them. I was so happy and surprised. I knew they would love the actual piece I made for them. As my last attempt at trickery was finished, I got a message back from Kay and soon saw that the crow I had drawn was supposed to be a thorny devil. Oops. If you've stuck around to the end of the video, thank you so much for watching. I'm not too sure when the next video will be up, but I had a blast making this one. For most of my teenage/adult life, I've always wanted to get into content creating. And this was the first full video idea I felt inspired to do. So thank you for your time, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.